All right, everyone. Just let me welcome you and thank you for joining us today. Greetings and welcome to yet another CVMSDC Virtual Capabilities Briefing. Our special guest today is Steve Willis of MilliCare, and I'm your event producer, Taya Bolton with the PR Pros team. We have an informative session planned for you. Before we get started, I'd like to cover just a little bit of housekeeping with you. All of our audience participant lines are muted. However, you can submit a question using the question box feature in the Zoom dashboard on your screen. Also, today's session is being recorded and will be available for you to review and share with your colleagues post-event. You can view the recording from the CVMSDC website at cvmsdc.org/webinars. Now, I'm pleased to introduce our CVMSDC President and CEO, Dominique Milton, to open up today's session.
Thank you so much, Taya, and welcome guests to the first Lunch and Learn of 2021. This is going to be a different type of lunch and learn because we're bringing to you a business opportunity versus how you can get involved in the supply chain with this company. So this is a complete standalone business opportunity brought to you by MilliCare, which is a division of one of our corporate partners, Milicare. So before I get into introductions, we have Steve Willis, the Managing Director of MilliCare with us. But before I bring him on, I'm going to go through what our mission is as an organization because each of our listeners need to understand our mission. So we'll go into the mission. Next slide, please, Taya. So CVMSDC's mission is to expand business opportunities for minority business enterprises and create mutually beneficial links between corporate partners and MBEs. The ultimate outcome is to add economic value to the supply chain while increasing economic opportunities in the business community. We are set up with a structure, our structure is set up like this. We're in the middle. We have 6 different rings that our MBEs and corporate partners can join. They're located geographically, and you can always go to our website at cvmsdc.org to find out about our ring meetings. They occur on a monthly basis, and they're very much like small groups. You can go back, Tyre. They're very much like small groups. And then we have 13,000 MBEs in our network, over 1,500 corporate partners, and we have community partners. The way in which we conduct our work is covered in 4 different pillars. Taya. So the 4 pillars are certification, development, connection, and advocacy. First and foremost, we are the largest certifying agency of minority enterprises in the United States. We set the standard for how we certify MBEs. And then once you get certified, we like to say that we hang our hat on developing, making sure that our MBEs are the best of the best and ready for the supply chain. So we have leading training programs with industry emphasis, and that helps our MBEs to build their business. Much like a car needs a tune-up, you continuously need to be tuning up your business. And we provide scholarships for our MBEs to attend most of our developmental programs. And then connections, what we're all here for. And what we're going to learn about today is a connecting point. How do you connect with the businesses that you want to do business with? And so we make sure that we host connecting events each year and have matchmaking sessions for you to meet those corporations that you want to do business with. And then just by the sheer size of our company, we help advocate for you on a national, regional, and local level. Next slide, Taya. So you can hit return all the way. So I like to share with you, because some people say, oh, I can't find an MBE to do that particular business. Keep hitting return, Taya. We have MBEs that range the spectrum from under $1 million, from startup all the way into the billions. And these are just 4 examples of MBEs that we have in our footprint. We have fire solutions with Fatima Scales, anything and everything that has to do with fire prevention, she can provide that for you. We have Glenn Gonzalez that has a private jetted company. If you want to get from point A to point B and you don't want to get on a commercial jet, jetted is the way for you. And then my favorite, Janice Bryant Howard, she started out as a small MBE. That means under $1 million. It was just a concept. And she became the first minority woman-owned personnel company and founded in the United States, and the first African-American woman to build her own billion-dollar company. So like I said, from soup to nuts, from the beginning, I mean, if you need paper, if you need gas, if you need fuel, if you need fire solutions, if you need hot sauce, we've got companies with hot sauce, or if you need to fly somewhere, we have the whole gamut. And if I don't have it in this footprint, we can span across the United States to be able to find what our corporate partners need in terms of a supplier. Next slide. So I love, this is my favorite slide. For every dollar that a corporation invests with one of our suppliers, we return $1.72 back into the environment. And that's based on jobs that are created, incomes from salaries, and then community development. So you can see there's an economic impact for supply diversity, and there's a trickle-down effect. So it is an economic imperative that we support these minority organizations so that we can help grow the economy. Next slide. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Steve. Steve, if you can put your slides up, and we are going to learn today about an opportunity with MilliCare. As I said up front, we normally talk about how you can do business with a particular company. Well, this opportunity came through our corporate partner, MilliCare, and this is a division of MilliCare. It's called MilliCare, and they have franchise opportunities that they want to share with you. Right now, across the United States, there are 48 franchisees, but they want to open it up to more franchisees to get in on this opportunity. So at this point, I am going to turn it over to Steve. Steve, again, is the managing director of MilliCare, and he's going to share with you how you can engage with this franchise opportunity. Steve, welcome.
All right. Thank you. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Didn't realize this was the first one of the year, so yes. I'll say Happy New Year. Just to make sure technology is working, can you see my screen?
We see your screen. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm really just going to spend about 15, 17 minutes just kind of walking through the MilliCare opportunity and giving an overview of what MilliCare really is. And what I'll say first is we're a flooring maintenance company. And a lot of times people think, oh, carpet cleaning. We're so much more than carpet cleaning. We're all types of flooring, also upholstery. But as we walk through this, you'll kind of see and get a better picture of who MilliCare is and what we do. First, just a little history about the company. And it's very rare that someone can give a history and go back to 1865 as the beginning. But our parent company was actually founded in 1865 in Portland, Maine. Family owned by the Milton family, still privately family owned today, now based out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. In 1968, Milton acquired a textile company and basically made their entry into carpet manufacturing in 1968. In 1976, they purchased a patent for a product called Capture. And Capture, it's a brand name known all around the world, but it's our dry cleaning carpet powder. We purchased it not knowing what we were going to do with it at the time, but the company knew, okay, this is something and we want to get it. In 1979, they started allowing carpet and rug retailers to sell this product, and it took off like they never expected. Kind of jumping to 1988, this is when the brand MilliCare was actually came to existence. It was not a franchise system. What was happening is so many customers were calling Milliken saying, hey, I bought carpet from you. How do I clean it? So it was a great problem to have. And they said, you know, we bought this product back in '76. We've been selling it to our carpet sales retailers. Why don't we just start cleaning carpet? So they created a contractor network in 1988 around the country. And later in 1996 is when they decided to formalize it and begin franchising under the name MilliCare. So a big history there, but as far as MilliCare as a franchise, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. So kind of what do we look like today? So MilliCare has 48 franchise locations in the United States, and then 13 international locations. We operate in 6 other countries outside of the US. We're the only national commercial floor care franchise. So there's regional companies, there's of course many local companies, but we're the only national franchise that focuses in commercial floor care. Something really unique about MilliCare, not many brands can say this, especially outside of the food industry, but 40% of our franchise owners own multiple territories. Most all started with one, but they came back and bought additional locations. We have a growing strategic account base, and what our strategic accounts are our national accounts. We just call them strategic accounts, but our national account base In 2017, we established it, and it has skyrocketed since introducing it because customers are looking for that one source, one invoice, one point of contact to handle multiple locations around the country. We're ranked in Entrepreneur Magazine. We've also, as Millican, been voted one of the world's most ethical companies from 2007 through 2020. And this recognition actually started in 2007. So we have received it every year. And to the right on the screen, the two boxes, this is where most eyes go when someone is looking at the Milicare opportunity because it has to do with money. But our average location, US, so if you take the 48 US locations and divide it out with the revenue, we average about $660,000 a year per location. But if you look at our top 25%, they average right at 1.9 million a year in revenue. So the big question here is always, well, what makes those guys different? And I have the same answer every time, and it's you. Whoever is buying the franchise is the deciding factor on what your revenue is going to be and what your growth is going to be. So why Milicare? We kind of divide this up into two different parts because we service facilities. So to the property and facility manager, they need to know why Milicare. And then for our franchises, we pose the same question, why Milicare? So starting on the left for building management, we offer a unique cleaning system that actually extends the life of flooring and textiles. So it'll extend the life of your carpet and your upholstered furniture. And this is not Milicare just saying, hey, here's a claim. There's scientific studies, independent research we've had done to prove that we help extend the life. We're environmentally responsible. You know, we look for safe alternatives. We go green where we can. We save a tremendous amount of water because we have a dry cleaning process. We save a tremendous amount of electricity. And we also package our products in a way that we eliminate a lot of waste to landfills. Skilled technicians with a concentrated knowledge. What that means to the facility manager is we don't offer 15 different services. We offer just a few. So we can be really good at all of those. Prior company that I've worked for, we offered like 15 different services. So one person would be doing one service one day and a totally different service the next day that had nothing to do with each other. You couldn't be an expert at everything. We're very focused, and we think most of our technicians are experts in the trade. So jumping over to the franchise side, why is Milicare good for franchises? We have multiple streams of revenue. Even though I said we didn't offer a lot of services, we offer some core services, carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, other hard surface flooring cleaning. And then where we pivot from flooring is upholstery, cubicle panel cleaning. Again, it's a fabric, it's a textile, very similar to carpet. We have a strong return on investment. Recurring revenue. This is big for anyone looking at any business opportunity. What is the recurring revenue? Do you have to go get a customer, and once that customer's job is over, you have to go get another one and another and another? Most of our maintenance agreements for our customers last from 1 to 3 years. So we do a lot of work up front, but once we secure an account and we perform at the level that they're wanting, that account will typically last 1 to 3 years and then continue to extend as long as we're providing the high quality service, which we normally do. Large scale potential with few employees. You do not need 20 employees. You could have 20 employees and you could grow your revenue to need that, but most of our franchises start with 1 or 2 people and then conservatively grow as your revenue grows. We have large territories, larger than most competitors in the service industry. And what makes this unique is our territories are custom designed around our candidate. You know, what investment level are you wanting to come in at? Where do you live? Where do you want your office? We take all those factors and look at demographics and build a territory around a person not fit a person into a pre-established territory. Legacy opportunity, again, another big one, basically meaning you can leave this business to family members. So the business you build does not go away when you go away. You can actually put this in your will and leave it to family members. And extensive training and operational support. I could go on for 20 minutes just on the training and the support, but we have a tremendous amount of online, live webinars, Zoom, similar to what we're doing today. You name it, we have a type of training that fits everyone's schedule. Here's kind of our services. I've talked about most of these, but one that I do want to point out is in the bottom right-hand corner, and it's called Enhanced Hygiene Services. This is in response to the pandemic, but we are no way a pandemic response or a COVID response company. Nowhere in any of our marketing materials do we make any claims about COVID. We had customers calling us saying, hey, how can you help us ensure that our building is as clean as it can be for our employees? And we got with Milliken R&D and immediately started doing research on different products to ensure they were safe, to ensure they didn't leave residues, and came up with an enhanced hygiene services that basically allows us to do an additional level of clean through sanitizing and disinfecting services. We see this as something that we will always offer. This will not go away when the pandemic is over. We already have customers committing to doing this service every 6 months or maybe once a year for the foreseeable future, just as a preventative maintenance. This is a big slide here for us at MilliCare because we're a lot about win-win, building the right team, partnering with the right people when they look at buying a franchise. And unfortunately, we say no to as many people as we say yes to, because if we don't feel like it's the right partnership, we don't feel good about moving forward. We need it to be a win-win, and we need the candidate to come in with the same attitude and same culture and same fit and just, you know, everything. We want to have that mojo to move forward and make sure we're both successful, because we do work together as a team. I'll step through these real quick. These are 6 things that we really look for. Not that someone has to have all 6, but we look for these 6 items when we're looking at awarding a franchise. And that's someone with business-to-business sales and a management background. Again, it's important. It's not a deal killer, because we have a lot of people that buy franchises that's never done this. If you had none of these, it would be tough to fit into the MilliCare culture. But if you had 3 of these 6, then you would probably be a great fit to us. The second one is someone with some basic experience hiring and leading teams. The third one, which to me is the most important one on this list, is someone that's competitive, goal-oriented, and a driven professional. So we can teach you how to clean carpet. We can teach anyone how to do floor maintenance, but it's hard to teach you how to be competitive and goal-oriented and driven. And this is big. This is what we really look for in a candidate within MilliCare. The next one is someone passionate about their current role or their recent role, but looking to do something for themselves. So in a nutshell, we really don't like people when all they do is complain about their current job or their last job and all the people and their boss. And, you know, that's not a good sign for us. You don't have to love everyone at your current job, but we like you to at least have some passion for what you do, but wanting to do it for yourself as your own business owner. Persuasive problem solvers who understand and enjoy helping people. Another big one here, because most of our customers, we're solving a problem. They're not calling us just because they want to call us and talk to us because they're happy. They're calling because they have a problem. They have a problem with a current vendor. They have a problem with the maintenance agreement they currently have. They have a problem with the appearance of their flooring. And we go out and provide a solution and solve that problem. And then the last one is someone prepared to build a team. and allow that team to grow and provide career stability. So when we partner with someone to become a MilliCare franchise, we want you to grow your business. We want you to grow your team. We want you to build a career path for other people. And we will help you, and we're right there with you. But we're not looking for someone to buy a franchise just, to stay at 2 people. We want you to provide an opportunity to others. And how we help you succeed. This is really around support and some things that we do. First off, we offer things that you can't get anywhere else, like our proprietary products. Milliken has a chemical division. A lot of the products we manufacture in-house. They're not available on the open market. Competitors cannot buy them. That's a huge advantage to our franchises. We provide customized maintenance plans for the individual facility. So it's not just going out and writing an estimate. We really look at the facility, analyze the traffic flow, and put a plan together to maintain their flooring for as long as we can, hence extending the life of the flooring. And we're environmentally responsible. We have clients with LEED credits. We also align with the new well building health and safety rating. Those are big factors. We could do a whole call just on that, but I will tell you, any customer or company that is concerned about the environment and these items are what they're looking for in vendors, we fulfill that. Our strategic accounts team helps you grow. We talked earlier about our strategic accounts or national accounts. We're just experiencing great growth in that. So we help you. We push that business to you. That's not to say that as a franchise owner, you do not have to do any work or you don't have to go out and get business. I tell franchise candidates every day, no one's going to grow your business like you will, but we're just there to assist and provide additional business where we can. And then we have a business operating system for scheduling and marketing. It's a cloud-based system with an app for a phone or a tablet. You could basically go paperless if you choose to and operate fully electronically from computers, smartphones, tablets, and run your business, run all your scheduling, and run your marketing. Jumpstarting your business. For sake of time, I'm not going to step through every one of these tasks, but this is a graphic really to represent from signing a contract to opening your business. It's a very common question we get when people make the decision they want to buy a MilliCare franchise. When can I open? Because that's a consideration we have to plan for in advance. On average, it takes about 60 days from the day you sign your contract to opening your doors. You could potentially do it a little faster, but 60 is the overall average from signing to opening your business and starting to generate revenue. I'll touch just a little on marketing resources. It's unlimited. There's probably 10 slides of available marketing resources that we provide to our franchise that we create. It's all done in-house. We have an online store where you can go and order any type of brochure, a logoed shirt, hats, whatever you need. 24 hours a day, you can go and log in and order those things. One thing on this list that I think is really unique that we do that is huge to a franchise is we provide marketing templates, email marketing templates, and an emailable newsletter. Newsletters are really important. The customer loves that communication. They love receiving things, but the hardest part about a newsletter is putting it together. So we've taken that burden off the franchises and we put it together. All you have to do are push a few buttons and have some email addresses and send it out. So from an investment standpoint, our franchise fee or territory fee, some may call it, is $45,000. And our initial equipment package is $44,000. And in that initial equipment package, it's several pages of items. It's all your equipment, initial chemical supply, marketing materials, business cards, shirts, Almost everything you could imagine. You could literally go out and do a job the next day with the initial equipment package. I typically say it's everything but the van and maybe like an extension cord or a first aid kit, but it's all the large items all bundled together and put together for you. The total investment for a Milicare, and this is from our 2020 FDD, is $113,800 to $163,000. And some may say, why the range of investment? Because the $45,000 and the $44,000 are the only fixed cost that's paid to Milicare. The rest of the investment is you deciding, am I going to lease a van? Am I going to buy a used van? And because those variables we do not know, we have to provide a range of low end and high end based on the decisions that you make. We look for someone with liquid capital of $50,000 and a net worth of $200,000. Most of our franchises start with a SBA loan, a small business loan, what they call an express loan. That's $150,000. That's the most common way that most franchisees start. You don't have to start that way. There's multiple ways. Some do not require any financing. There's a lot of alternatives to financing with taking a no penalty loan against a 401k. So again, once we know what your interest level is, you know, what your financial needs may be, we can help you and align you with the right person to secure financing. And then these are the 8 steps to becoming a Milicare franchise. We use these 8 steps because we treat every franchise candidate the exact same way. We go through the same process. We're very transparent about this. If you'll notice, there's no symbol or logo on here that we have your arm twisted behind your back saying, when are you going to sign? We're never going to pressure you to buy, because what I said earlier when I said we're looking for win-win relationships, I truly meant that. And if we have to pressure someone to buy a Milicare franchise, that's not a win-win relationship. So this process, we can move through it as fast or as slow as the candidate wants. And we have an agreement up front that either one of us can stop it at any time. If you get to a point in these 8 steps where you say, I don't think this is the right fit, we're going to be saddened. It's not going to be what we want to hear, but we will understand and we will stop the process. By the same token, if we get through the process and we see that this is really not going to be a good fit, we don't think the alignment is good, we would stop the process and be very open with you and give you the reasons on why we just don't think we should continue looking at it. But basically, step 1, where the target is just an introduction phone call. So none of these are anything difficult or hard. We try to make it as easy as possible, but it's a very logical process of how to buy a Milicare franchise. And I know I went through some of those a little quick, but I do want to be conscious of your time. My contact information is on the screen. If you have a question, you know, outside of this today, feel free to contact me. My email's there, my cell phone number is there. I'm a busy guy. If I don't answer, leave me a voicemail. I will call you back. It may take me a few hours, depending on what's going on that day. Email is probably the best way to reach me, but I'm not against taking a phone call. So with that, you know, thank you. Appreciate the time today, and I'm here for some questions.
All right, well, let's leave that up for a moment. Steve, thank you so much. I didn't tell you earlier on, I am a franchisee. Well, I was a franchisee in a past life, so I understand how the system works. Perfect. And I understand, as you said, you know, what's most important is the actual owner. You know, that's the first and foremost most important factor in your success, but also the support from the corporate level is extremely important. And it sounds as though you have a thorough level of support coming in, and then the location, or in this case, the territory that you're awarded, can make a big difference on your success. Let's hone in a little bit more about the territories. I know you said you have 48 right now, and then some international locations. Tell us about the areas in top of mind that are open right now where you're really looking to add some franchisees.
Right. Well, I'll start in the areas that impact your area the most, in the Carolinas there in Virginia. So In Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, and to the east, we're covered. We need Western Virginia. In North and South Carolina, we currently have a franchise servicing Greenville, Spartanburg, one servicing Charlotte, and one servicing Asheville. Other than that, the Carolinas are wide open. So there are areas we have customers that our current franchises travel to do that we do need coverage in.
Okay. All right. Well, this is going to go national. So if there's any particular hotbeds that you want to have covered, let us know here, because my peers are going to see this across the network. Are there any others?
Yeah, some hotbeds that we really need coverage in: San Francisco Bay Area, Las Vegas, Seattle, Southern California. Those in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Those are areas that demand is there. We just do not have a Milicare franchise.
Okay, excellent. So talk to me a little bit more about the strategic accounts team. Are they actually providing marketing material for your franchisees? Are there it sounds like there's systems in place where you might be generating leads and providing those leads in addition to what I'm doing as an owner. You're helping with the leads? Yeah,
so our national accounts team and I play a big part in that as much as I can with attending national trade shows. We're looking for those larger footprint national customers that we can come in and be one source for everything. Okay. And when we sign those agreements, we then push that business to the local franchises markets.
Excellent, excellent. And so the people listening, we have a lot of very large facility maintenance companies. We have some already existing floor cleaning companies that might be interested in adding a franchise to their current business. You're open to that, I understand.
Absolutely. And we even have a special program called a conversion program, because we're very transparent about how we look at everything, and we want to do the right thing. We know that if there's an existing company doing $500,000 a year in revenue that had nothing to do with Milicare, they did it on their own, but they want to come to Milicare to get to the next level, there's a provision to protect that revenue they've already built on their own. So yes, we're very open to existing companies, and we have programs in place to work with them to make it right, for lack of a better word. Okay, great. And I know you might not be able to answer this in total. You talked about the revenue, the gross sales. Can you talk to me about net sales, the return on investment, and any royalties that a franchisee has to pay on a regular basis? Let's talk about royalties first, and then we'll back into the other. So our royalty is 6%. Okay. And then we have a 2% promotional fund. Some people call it a marketing fund, but we'll talk about the 6% first. The 6%, something that's unique with us, is it's based on gross receipts. So you do not report and pay until you collect the money. So that way, if you had a big month, we do not want to strap you with cash flow. We want to wait as you collect it, you report it and pay us. The 2% promotional fund, again, is paid off gross receipts. That goes into a special fund that is not commingled with general Milicare money. That fund is spent on marketing activities for the benefit of the franchise network. We may do some testing of some website stuff. We national trade shows. About 50% of the promotional fund is spent on national trade shows. Okay. Oh, and then, okay, so profit and all of that gets into a touchy situation. So as a franchisor, we're regulated by the Federal Trade Commission, just like a stockbroker. So it's like a stockbroker can't say, buy this stock and you'll become a millionaire. Yeah. I can't disclose it because it would be secondhand, but during those 8 steps, we want you to talk to several existing franchise owners. That's part of the process. We say at least 3, but if you want to talk to more, that's fine. And we will help you find franchise owners that may have something in common, geographically, background, whatever it is for you to talk to. You can ask them any questions directly because they can speak specifically for their business.
Okay, I get it. So of the 48 that you have, how many have been around for the duration since they became a franchisee? And what's your turnover rate like with your franchisees?
Well, we have several of our original franchises.
Okay.
So and what's really funny is several, not funny, but it's funny, but it's good. Several of those original franchises, several of those still have their first customer ever.
Wow.
So
Okay.
they've had customers for 25 years that were some of their first customers when they signed up. So just to give you a little background, because it's in the FDD, in 2019, my years run together because 2020 was such a weird year.
It's a blur. It's a complete blur.
in 2019, we had no franchises depart. We added 3 franchise territories. In 2020, we added 5 franchise territories.
Okay.
We had 2 depart, but they were 100% related to COVID and the shutdowns, and they were both in the New York City area.
I get it. Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you for that. So let's talk about the actual customers. Is it 100% commercial, or do your franchisees have a mixture of commercial and non-commercial?
For the most, I would say it's 99% commercial. I know that we have a few residential stuff that it may be, the owner's house or the executive's house that we go and do, but commercial is our focus. All of our marketing is focused on commercial. Most of it's corporate facilities and office buildings.
Okay.
But a big mix of our business is attorneys and CPAs. And then we do quite a bit of high-end retail, Tiffany's, Louis Vuitton, Jaguar Land Rover. Typically our customer is someone that invests money in their flooring and they're concerned about image. If they're concerned about image, we're a good solution for them.
Okay. And you're also doing hospitals and schools?
Yeah, we do hospitals. We do some universities. We do some K through 12. It's not a big market segment. A lot of that's done in-house.
Okay.
Hard surface flooring would be more of a K through 12 type deal. But yeah, healthcare, some hospitality. We do airports, convention centers.
Okay.
Our customer base covers a lot of different industries.
Excellent, excellent. So tell me this, Steve, why would somebody call one of your franchisees versus their competitor?
Well, a big part of it goes back to that extending the life and our environmental messaging. We have a lot of customers that is top of mind for them.
Okay.
The other thing is they've gone a lower priced route where they just get cleaning once a year and it's not working because they're going too long. So when we come in and put that agreement together, they see that, hey, we need to come more often and it's really not going to cost me that much more because we're not cleaning wall to wall every time. We're cleaning high traffic areas on a much more frequent basis than a conference room that's only used twice a month.
Okay, great. Thank you. So where do you see this industry going, especially related back to what just happened with COVID and the situation that we're in right now? What do you see happening in the industry that's going to affect your franchisees?
Well, we're getting ready for the reopening, where more and more people are going back. And we kept thinking the reopening would come sooner, and so did everyone else. Right now, we have a lot of customers preparing and starting to schedule for March and April, which is a very promising sign. Even though we have all these messaging about people working remote and people working from home, most of our customers are saying, no, we're bringing people back as soon as we can get them back in.
Okay.
So we know we're expecting a surge in business. It's hard to predict when because we just don't know the timing of reopening, but I know we're getting closer. Okay. We were targeting January 1, and now it looks like most people are saying March, April. It could go longer. But the biggest thing right now is cleaning is probably at a highest level top of mind that it's ever been.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so us being an essential worker was very positive through the pandemic because we had many customers, even though they didn't have people in the building, they wanted to continue cleaning because they knew the results of not cleaning would be negative.
Sure.
Yeah.
But talk to me about trends. I mean, do you see a trend with cleaning products? Do you see a trend with the ways in which you clean?
The trend for dry cleaning methods seem to be getting stronger. And you know, not to say hot water extraction is going away, because that's steam cleaning is what it's normally called. And we use that from time to time when we have a very soiled entryway or an area outside of a cafeteria. It may call for a different method. But the reason dry cleaning is growing in popularity is, number one, it's not introducing so much moisture into the facility, which could result in some microbial problems.
Right.
And the other thing is it returns the carpet to use in about 30 minutes. So in hotel lobbies and call centers, they can't afford to shut down for 6 to 8 hours for the carpet to dry. And so that speed of recovery is again, top of mind for customers.
Okay, excellent. Well, those are all the questions I have. Ty, do you have any questions from our audience?
Actually, all of the questions that came in have been answered in this wonderful presentation.
All right. Steve, any closing comments?
Just, you know what, I'm happy to talk to anyone, not just about MilliCare. If you want to talk about the cleaning industry or the franchising industry, you know, happy to talk to you about that. If you've got questions, don't not contact MilliCare because you think, oh, I would never qualify, or I don't know if this is the right fit. Let's just have a conversation. We have several people that'd be happy to talk to you. And again, no pressure. And, you know, other than that, I guess I hope everyone stays safe and survives the freezing weather where it is. It's freezing where I am right now. So, but I really appreciate the opportunity today. This has been fun, and I've enjoyed it.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. And I do appreciate the time today and sharing this new opportunity with our constituent base. Again, it will be shared across the network because we have several multi-million-dollar facility management companies that might be interested in adding this franchise opportunity as one of their pivots or swivels, as we're saying now. So I'll be sure to make everyone aware of this opportunity. For our audience of listeners, we are preparing for our AMP 21, which is our annual meeting and Pro Forum conference, April 13th and 14th, which will be 100% virtual. Please look for the registration for that to come out very soon, probably at the end of this month. Annual meeting, we will have a recap on what occurred in 2020, the vision for 2021. Our national office will be presenting. We have our national president, Adrian Trimble, will be speaking, as well as the chair of the presidents and the NBEIC chair will be on a panel discussing opportunities for you. On day 2, which is corporate only, we will be looking at increasing corporate giving and increasing your supply chain with diverse suppliers. So be ready for that great 2-day workshop. Again, it will be virtual. Registration opens up toward the end of this month, and I look forward to seeing each of you there. Stay tuned for future virtual capability briefings, lunch and learns, and straight talks with CVMSDC.org. You can always visit our calendar online under the events tab to register for our upcoming events. I thank you so much for joining us here today. Dominique Milton, and that is a wrap, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taya.